cerebral amyloid angiopathy that cause the intracranial hemorrhage. The cerebral amyloid angiopathy is a disease of the elderly. Cerebral amyloid angiopathy is a disease of the elderly in which the arteriolar degeneration occurs and amyloid deposit in the walls of the cerebral arteries. In this cerebral amyloid angiopathy is a disease of the elderly in which the arteriolar degeneration occurs. Arteriolar degeneration. The arteriolar degenerations occur. This arteriolar degeneration occurs due to the depositions of amyloid in the walls of the cerebral arteries. Due to the deposition of amyloid in the walls of the cerebral artery. In the walls of cerebral artery. In the wall of the cerebral artery, this deposition occurs. In the walls of the cerebral arteries. Amyloid angiopathy causes both single and recurrent lobar hemorrhage. It causes single and recurrent lobar hemorrhage. Amyloid angiopathy causes single or recurrent, they may be recurrent lobar hemorrhage. They may cause single and recurrent lobar hemorrhage. This causes this single or recurrent lobar hemorrhage in the elderly pupil. Some of the intracranial hemorrhage are associated with IV thrombolysis given for myocardial infarction. In some cases, there is IV due to the hemorrhage developed due to the IV thrombolysis. For the myocardial infarction. This disorders of the amyloid angiopathy is suspected in the patient who present with multiple hemorrhage. In this disorder, there is multiple hemorrhage. This disorder is associated with the multiple hemorrhage. And this multiple hemorrhage occur over several months or years. This occur over several months or years. These multiple hemorrhages occur in the several months or years. And sometimes the microbleeds in the cortex seen on the brain MRI. Sometimes the microbleeds can be seen. Microbleeds can be seen in the MRI. The epsilon 2 and epsilon 4 allelic variants of the apolipoprotein E gene are associated with increased the risk of recurrent hemorrhage. Sometimes there may be genetic cause due to mutation in the epsilon 2 and in epsilon 4. Sometimes there is epsilon 2 and epsilon 4 mutation in the amyloid. Sometimes there is the epsilon 2 and epsilon 4 allelic mutation occur. This epsilon 2 and epsilon 4 alleles of the genes E. This is the alleles for the gene E gene. And due to this mutations, due to the mutation in the allele of epsilon 2 and epsilon 4 of gene mutation in the E, that is apolipoprotein E. This is apolipoprotein E. Apolipoprotein E. Sometimes the epsilon 2 and epsilon 4 mutation in the epsilon 2 and epsilon 4 occur mutations. The epsilon 2 and epsilon 4 are the apolipoprotein E genes. They are the apolipoprotein E genes. They are associated with the increase of the risk of amyloid angiopathy. In this mutation occurs, they are associated with the increase of the risk of amyloid angiopathy. This increased risk in increase of the risk for cerebral amyloid angiopathy. They increase the risk of the cerebral amyloid angiopathy. And the amyloid beta deposits as a result of this mutation or other causes the amyloid deposit. Amyloid are deposit in the CNS neuron. In these depositions of the amyloid in the CNS, they causes to obstruct the small vessels of the brain. It obstruct small vessels. It is small alveolar vessels of the brain. And due to this deposition that obstruct the small alveolar vessels of the brain, the vessels become obstructed and ischemia develop. And due to ischemia, if persist for long periods of time, this cause of ischemia, or they may cause the rupture of these vessels. If rupture of this vessel occurs, we call this disease, that is cerebral amyloid angiopathy, due to the depositions of these amyloid materials, and the infarction and hemorrhage occur due to the depositions of the amyloid materials. There is lobar hemorrhage occur. Now, how will we investigate the cerebral amyloid angiopathy that causes the hemorrhage, lobar hemorrhage, The cerebral biopsy is the most definitive method for diagnosis of the inflammation, and the lumbar puncture should be considered also. So, cerebral biopsy is the most sensitive method. We can also do the CT, MRI also, but the cerebral biopsy is the most definitive method for diagnosis of the inflammation, and we also can do the lumbar puncture to see the inflammatory materials.